Hey everyone, welcome to Black Women with Opinions, the podcast. I'm Eb.
I'm Mandy.
I'm Sia.
And this is a safe space for Black women to give their unfiltered opinions about anything and everything.
We hope you're ready for a good time.
Okay.
Hey you all, welcome back to episode 7. Hey everybody. Hey, how are you ladies feeling today? And how are you feeling about your hair?
I'm feeling good because, you know, the weekend is just around the corner. And so I'm staying positive this week. And I'm just like, you know what? It's going to be a good weekend.
Yes.
It's almost here. Mm-hmm. And as far as my hair, I am feeling great about my hair.
Yes.
I feel like my locks are finally at the length and doing the things that I wanted to do. And so... Yes. I love being able to wake up and do nothing to it. Spray a little water on it, throw a little oil on my hand, run it through, done.
Easy. Yes. I know that's right.
On this good hump day, I am feeling amazing because I just got mine redone.
That's right.
I don't have real locks. I have faux locks, and I love them.
Yeah.
I have been trying out different styles to see which ones I like. So, yes. Yeah. Oh, and colors.
There you go.
So, I'm loving it. Having a great week. Happy to be here.
I know that's right.
How about you?
I feel good too. I feel good in regards to my hair. I feel like I'm liking it. You know, she's on the thicker side right now. You know, I have, I guess what you would categorize as a silk press, but we call it the swoop.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. That's your signature. That's our signature. It's the swoop. It's been trained to be a swoop for years.
Never seen her without a swoop. Don't even know what I would do if I saw you without a swoop.
I know. It even go with your ponytails and everything. It's a swoop.
It is a part of me.
Yes.
But yeah, I just feel like it's on the thicker side because, you know, my hair, I got some thick hair, y'all. So, and it's not as relaxed as it used to be. I'm not going to say I'm full natural, but it gets to relax like once or twice a year. So
I didn't know that.
Me either.
Yeah. I cut back on the relaxers because my hair wasn't growing anymore. So then I just went back to 1 or 2 because it just get a little too thick and I can't.
You know what? I had that problem though. When my hair was heat trained and relaxer trained, it literally stayed at a consistent length. Like it didn't get no shorter. It didn't get no longer. Yeah. But I was also consistently in the beauty shop too. So she trimmed the short, the split ends. And I just had shout out to Judy. She really maintained the crap out of my hair.
Yeah, shout out to the OG hairstylist.
I know. Where are they?
Yeah, the ones that don't
teach some classes, please.
The ones that don't get mad at you if you don't wash your hair before you get there. Wash it, blow dry it, detangle it before you get there. Ain't that what I'm paying you to do?
Now wait, my little old beautician. Shout out to Judy. She started. When I went natural, she started charging me because her arm hurt. She said,
Judy said she was tired.
Judy said, I'm not doing this.
She said,
girl.
Oh, Judy was tired.
So this got me $20 more because now this just too thick.
Oh my God. But she does it. The ones that like on their booking sites, like come hair press, straightened.
And then they don't even do the clack clack, and I don't like that. No. I like if I'm getting my hair done at the beauty supply. I'm aging myself. I like to hear the
yes.
You better spritz that stuff for the God.
Pump it up.
So it can last for them 2 weeks.
Right.
I better hear the
Yeah.
Use that pump it up. I know that's right. That's right. We want to make sure too we give a shout out to some of our listeners.
Yes.
Shout out to our St. Louis listeners.
Right.
Shout out to our Atlanta listeners.
Y'all showing love. We appreciate it.
Oh man, we can't even believe this. A shout out to our listeners in Germany.
Okay. Guten Tag.
Oh man, we've been practicing that.
We learned that just for you.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Oh man, we appreciate you all. So since we're gonna keep it going, we want you all to get your drink ready, your something to sip on.
Yes.
So make sure you grab something to sip on, and make sure you take this recipe down for your next something to sip on. Okay,
this one I like this one.
Come on, I want y'all to make it so y'all can get into this episode.
Yes,
it is. This drink recipe is called the Peachy Puff. As you see, it goes with our hair theme.
Yes.
So it's a little bit of Pacific Fruit Vineyard sweet peach wine. So if you have any sort of peach wine, maybe about 2 shots of that, a shot of Malibu pineapple. You're going to need some grenadine syrup just at the bottom. You're also going to need just some fruit. So any pineapple, any sort of
we just did some fruit cocktail.
Yeah, just the canned fruit cocktail. You get it at any supermarket. You ain't got to be too fancy about it.
Yep, and just top that thing off with some Sprite. Yeah. You're going to be good to go. Ladies, how do you feel about it? I think it tastes good.
I like it. I done had a few sips. I already feel like a little buzz on it. I like this. I'm going to make this again at home.
I really enjoy it. It's like a punch. Y'all know I don't want to taste the alcohol. So
And you don't. You really get like the fruity kind of flavor that's got that sweet little tang, but then I like the Sprite gives it like the little bubbles. It's nice.
And you know what? It's like a fall punch too. It really gives nice tingly
like fall sangria almost kind of.
Fall sangria. Yeah. That's how I would describe it, like a fall sangria.
Yeah, you know what made me think of this when when you taking your hair down, and it's just a process. You know, when you taking your hair down, you got some braids, some locks. You try to take it down, make yourself this little drink. It'll keep you going.
Right.
It'll keep you going.
While them arm muscles is spazzing, you be all right.
Girl, because I was taking my hair down, and I was like, God, why is my arm? I was like, this arm must not get no exercise.
Gotta ice your arm after you take the hair. The struggle.
Oh man,
plays too much.
Man, well, you all let us know if you try this recipe. We hope you love it and that you tried it. And if you tweaking any, let us know. We love to see
it
your
will
versions.
be up on TikTok too. So you will be able to get access if you didn't quite catch it when Ebony just said it.
There you go.
We'll give you a little tutorial.
All right.
There you go. All right. We'll be right back.
Or should I bring myself in?
I bring in.
Bring me in.
Go out to do this.
And we're back.
All right.
And we're going to do a Am I the Asshole? Okay. Mandy, please.
Yes. All right. So this says, I'll try to keep this short. My sister has a daughter, and she is 4 years old. Lexi has super curly hair and needs her hair to be taken care of constantly. My sister's husband ended up in the hospital and has been a wreck. It's only been a week, but she is destroyed and stopped brushing Lexi's hair. I was visiting with some pre-made meals and noticed that the house and Lexi's hair was a mess. My sister wasn't doing well, so I offered to take Lexi for a bit so she can focus on her husband. I tried to fix her hair, and it's just matted. I couldn't fix it. I went to the hair salon to see if they could fix it, but it would be $50 an hour for them to brush out the hair. My sister wasn't picking up, so we had her head shaved the next day. I sent pictures, and when it was done, and that finally got her to respond. It resulted in a huge argument with her saying, "How dare I do that?" and me pointing out I wouldn't have done it if she had brushed her daughter's hair. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yes, bitch, and I'm going to kick your ass.
What are you talking about? Yeah, how do you take my child and tell me that you're doing me a service and then shave my child's head? Why not? If you're really that concerned, pay the $50 an hour and then just take it up with me afterwards and be like, look, you owe me some money.
Yeah.
I'd much rather owe you money than you shave my fucking child's head.
If you shave my child's head, I'm going to fight you. That's it.
Oh, your head's going to be shaved next. You're going to be knocked the fuck out and you're going to wake up looking like Mr. Motherfucking Clean. Do not.
She was jealous of that baby.
Like, what the hell?
She was jealous of that baby.
That is so messed up.
I don't care what she say. She was jealous of that baby.
That's terrible.
You had to be.
Cause what? And then it's like you take this opportunity when I am going through some shit. My husband is not well. I'm clearly not well because my family is not well. And now you do that and you can't get in touch with me. If you can't get in touch with me to get my consent, then how about you bring my baby back the way you took her?
Okay.
Why would you need to come back with... Child, the way the police couldn't get to my location fast enough because I've been and hurt that woman. I don't care, sister-in-law, friend, cousin, neighbor, it don't matter.
That's just way too much. That's just way too drastic, and I can't even believe that the salon.
Does it say that the salon? Well, yeah, I guess it did.
They shaved it.
But I mean, yes,
I can't even believe that they would go along with that without the mother's explicit consent.
But do they know?
Well, I understand that she brought her in, but
that's what I'm saying.
I would have to,
as a salon, you working at a salon, you don't know who's bringing these kids in.
I would have to deny it. I would be like, nah, I don't really.
Are you?
She's only 4 years old.
That's a baby.
She only 4 years old, and that could be so traumatic.
Yes,
to her
because that's old enough. That's old enough to know and to admire. My almost 3-year-old. Every time I do his hair or we wash his hair, the first thing he does is run to the mirror to look at it with the biggest smile on his face, and the next thing he does is run to find his daddy to show him his hair.
Rain was just flipping her hair in the mirror earlier.
Yeah.
So I could... Shaving it?
Shave my baby?
Not even trim it. Not cut it, not figure out how to at least make it more manageable. Like, what if she had, like her down her back and they just cut it some to make it easier, but you shaved this baby's head bald? Are you crazy?
The thing about shaving it is that was the lazy route.
That was very lazy, but also like evil.
Yeah.
That's why I said you had to be jealous of this baby.
What the hell?
You had to hate her
or her mama. Or both.
And don't think adults will not be jealous of children.
Oh, they are.
Especially children's hair, because we all know, typically when we were kids, like, our hair didn't have any product, it didn't have any heat on it, so it may have been growing and flourishing
differently. And this doesn't specify what race they are, but we all are black
she white
women.
And they black. Their baby is mixed.
Okay, well that is a possibility. But
it's the possibility. Just with the way that she talks, it's very curly and has to be taken care of constantly. You're white.
It's possible, but there are white people who have very thick, coarse, curly hair.
That's true.
If they don't take, you know what I mean? If they don't take care of it, it could definitely mat too.
That's true.
But I just, child.
This just screams, I'm a white woman who just cut off a black baby's hair.
Karen is coming through. But I'm just saying.
I don't know.
But you can be a Karen to white folks too. Yes. But there is an edit.
Okay.
So the edit says, to make the timeline clearer, the timeline is not the issue here, girl. But okay, it says I got her Tuesday morning, went to the salon on Wednesday, and then they did the cut today,
which is Thursday.
She had 3 days to respond to all the calls and texts that didn't appear in an that didn't happen in an hour. Lexi was fine with it. Her head was hurting, and yes, we tried everything we could to get it out. Not to mention, I called my sister and texted her multiple times and waited a whole day after the salon visit. It was painful. I want to go. Okay, she got upset, I guess, because that don't make no sense. It was painful. I want going to leave her. I wasn't going. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, baby. To leave her in pain since her mom wouldn't pick up. Her head was hurting.
There's still no excuse. Why? There's still no.
And if they told you it was $50 an hour to detangle it, you didn't try everything,
right? You said, oh well. Lexi, do you have $50? No? Okay, well, I guess we can't do that.
And there's no excuse. There's so many tutorials. There's so many ways you could figure out.
There's her mama.
Yeah.
Who you should take her back to.
Why you didn't go over to the house?
Why didn't you go to another salon?
But why you didn't go over to if she wasn't responding?
Right.
And my sister is down
wrong.
bad.
Yeah.
She down bad and she not responding. I'm going to carry my butt over to her house.
Because then I'm concerned about something else. But now you just taking whatever
her husband
route.
Down, she down.
Right.
Let me go make sure that y'all cool because you're not answering. Right. Especially before I do something as drastic as cut off all your baby's hair.
I can't even
imagine. With my husband being down.
Child, how about
and don't you think like that child is going to be around other kids and they're going to be questioning what happened?
Yeah, because they be okay with it for the moment,
or they okay with it because you making her okay with it. This is okay, right, Lexi?
This feels okay.
But the moment a child calls it out,
feels
like,
better.
What's wrong with your hair?
Then it's going to be a thing.
Why is your hair like that?
You look like a boy.
Oh my god!
Because we know that they are really cruel at their age. If she is in daycare or something, she may not.
Kids are mean,
but you look like a boy now.
You are the asshole.
You are.
You're the asshole.
It was a better way to do that. I'm sorry.
There's a laundry list of better ways to do that.
Somebody need to take you and get your hair shaved.
That's
off.
what
How
I
about
said.
that?
Look, you can.
And you knew that this baby's hair was matting before it got that far.
Right.
So why did you wait till it got completely, out of hand and then was like, oh, well, let me take her and then I'ma just make all the decisions for her.
Yeah,
so you called me for 2 days.
No.
That's not your right as her aunt. That's not your right.
No. And you already knew I was in a state.
Right.
That's my real problem with it. You already know that your sister is in a state and you like, oh, I called her for 2 or 3 days and her head was hurting. Take her back to her mom.
Yeah.
Ask her mom, hey, look, I have your daughter. Her head is hurting, even if it is, because it may be. Because I just had a hairstyle and it was pulling my hair and it was hurting.
Yeah.
Ask her.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? Hey, you got $150 for them to take 3 hours to do this?
You know what's funny, though, is that so on Reddit, online people can like vote.
Yeah.
And put if they think this person is or is not the asshole. And people voted that this person was not the asshole.
What?
Wow.
And I'm just like, I don't see that.
That's a different color. That's a different color because we take too much pride in our hair.
Here's the thing for me with hair. Exactly. We take too much pride in our hair. And people know I've had to get with some people about my child's hair.
Yeah.
You don't even need to be doing his hair. He got a whole mama.
Yeah.
He got a whole mama who takes care of it. And unless I'm asking for your assistance, you can keep your hands out of it. Just like the way you wouldn't want me coming up and putting my fingers all up in your head. Yeah. Leave his hair alone. It is fine. It is healthy. It is growing. It is clean. I got this.
Yeah, I think the difference, I won't say racist, but I mean racist, but I mean I feel like just people in general. Some people, they dissociate themselves from their hair, so it's like they don't really care what happens to their hair. Typically, like people like, oh, hair is just hair, but it's like then there's some people that their hair is almost like a limb. Like if you cut or like do something. Yeah. So I mean,
you talking about my crown?
Yes, exactly. That is my crown.
It even said in the Bible that you're supposed to take care of your hair.
You cannot. Don't.
And throughout a bunch of religions, a lot of religions,
some you cannot cut your hair.
Very
yes,
important.
It's sacred.
Yes,
and it's not for anybody else's. This is my decision, my stuff. Until my child is of age where I relinquish that control to them. Then it is their control and their decisions. You ain't got nothing to do with this equation.
Yeah, it's just really hard for me that you took a child from a situation where her mama was down bad.
Yeah, right. Your sister.
Yeah, her mom was down bad, and you was like, you know what, I'm gonna go add to it. Because that's really an ad. Because I'm not gonna lie, I would probably bawl
every time I looked at my baby.
If they brought me Rain back and she was bald headed, and I'm like,
every time I looked at my baby, I would just do this. Burst into tears.
Never thought you would do this. I mean, I know I wasn't answering, but why would you do this? And
I don't even have a child.
Never.
You take Pop to the groomer. He come back looking some sort of way.
Girl, oh my God! No joke. Like that's the same. Yeah. Even for my dog. Like if I put whoever in your care, they should be coming back in the same condition that you took them in.
Right.
Unless we have had a conversation about what needs to be happening next. And just because you don't hear from me, it's not an excuse to just do whatever the hell you want to.
How about you take liberties on my head? Like if you took liberties to me, if I'm down and I'm really not coherent, and you'd be like, well, her hair is getting really matted, go ahead and shave it.
Shave it
like that really does something to me. I
don't look. That's why
I don't care that she think Lexi is okay with it. I'm not okay with it, and I don't.
Lexi is 4,
and her mama was clearly not okay with it.
Right.
Lexi was probably mesmerized by the sound of the clippers.
Or the fact that TT said that we should do this.
Yes. Or how about if it was hurting and it was pulling because it matted up in a way where it was pulling on her scalp. And you said, this is how we're going to stop it from hurting. So now she feels relief from her... from this mat. But on the flip side, when you get done with that relief and she like, I don't have no hair no more. I can't wear my bows no more. Mom, can you brush my hair? And you brushing head. Girl,
we would be fighting. We're under all of that pressure. If I'm that mama, we are going to fight.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she said it led to a big argument. That's probably because she wasn't in the mama face.
Yeah. Great. Or she was too weak out and touch you.
Yeah, baby. Or she was too weak to actually,
that is
for
crazy.
real fight with her. That's really, yes, ma'am, you're the asshole.
You are the asshole. And you just cruel. That was cruel.
It was. Yeah.
Like that reminds me of some of these these parents that's how they punish, trying to humiliate their child and punish them and shave their head or cut all their hair off on social media. That is cruel and unusual punishment.
I agree with that. That is not. You don't not get your child hair done as a punishment.
No. That's grooming should not be a privilege.
No. Now you don't have to get them a $600 weave.
Right. But shaving your baby's head, cutting your baby's hair off.
Yeah, that's not
well, it's a part of hygiene too. You got to teach your children how to take care of their hair.
Yes.
So no. And you don't teach your child by giving them the route to shave their head. Like if they want to do that when they're adult, absolutely.
Or even like as they get older, when they can really understand the consequences of that.
Or what there's a real need for it. Like if you actually have alopecia or something,
or medical
something
need.
that there is a need to shave a head. I just
honey,
That's
a
it
lot
would be
for me.
WWE.
It really kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
That really hurt my feelings.
Yeah, it would be a WWE fight.
child.
Yeah,
They would have to pull me up off of you, and I would have 2 big handfuls of your hair in my hands when we was through.
Yeah, that one
Sorry,
hurt.
honey, you are the asshole.
That one hurt my feelings.
You're definitely the asshole. Okay, well, we're gonna take a break.
Hey, y'all. Speaking of hair dilemmas and hair in the media, Ebony, why don't you tell us this interesting article that you have come across?
For sure. So there's an article about Barber Hill High School, and it goes like this. After serving an in-school suspension over his hairstyle, a black high school student in Texas immediately received the same punishment when he arrived at school Monday wearing his hair as before in twisted dreadlocks topped on his head. Daryl George, a junior at Barber Hill High School, was initially suspended the same week his state outlawed racial discrimination based on hairstyles. Some officials said his dreadlocks violated the district's dress code because his hair fell below his eyebrows and earlobes. George, 17, served the first suspension last week at the Houston area high school. He was in tears when he was sent back to in-school suspension Monday, his mother says. He had to sit on a stool for 8 hours in a cubicle. This was very uncomfortable. Every day he came home, he said his back hurt, and he said he had to sit on a stool. This incident recalls debates over hair discrimination in schools and in the workplace, and is already testing the state's newly enacted Crown Act, which was effective September 1st. Ladies, what do you think of this?
That is just crazy to punish him twice.
I
thought that the punishment go for the one. You know what I'm saying? You get the one time and then you get punished. But how about
they're gonna keep doing it until he leaves or his locks are gone?
And I wouldn't break.
Yeah,
if I was his mama, I would get a lawyer. I wouldn't break. Fuck you. Excuse me.
Yeah.
No, that's real. I mean, go ahead.
No, this is so upsetting to me. Like it is very upsetting to me because when you think about Black people and the way the society in general makes us feel about our looks, completely.
Yeah.
It makes us feel, or tries to make us feel, inadequate or less than.
Right.
And so having pride in your hair, in your self-image in general, is such a huge thing. You get up in that very vulnerable, impressionable time in your life, and you go to school to get your education. And these very grown people are sitting up here trying to tell you that you cannot get your education, you cannot stay in school, you must go to in-school suspension or be suspended because of your hairstyle. It's not distracting, it's not offensive, it's neat. I've seen the pictures. It's done fine. It looks professional. Like, there's nothing wrong with his hair other than that it is a Black hairstyle. It is a ethnic hairstyle. And like, how else can you say it? It makes me so upset. But then in the same breath, I know you was saying like you wouldn't stand for it, but for me, I would pull my child. My baby, I'm not going to subject my child to continue to have to deal with this, because while this is happening, who knows what they're saying.
She may not have a choice though in this matter, because if it's a public school and that's just where they have access to at this moment, because sometimes that requires a move of district or a move of school.
You have to move.
So sometimes
paying for it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to work within your means for the moment. So even if she could pull them, it may not be it may not be right away.
I understand. But that would be what I would be working towards. Is getting my child out of there. Because if this is happening, I can't even imagine what conversations are being had in the teacher's lounge or while he's walking down the hallway. And you got him sitting at a stool in a cubicle. Like, I don't understand.
And what I want to know too is, I'm like, because I've seen kids, white children, color their hair.
That's what I was just about to say.
Colors.
Yeah, stupid colors, mohawks.
And I don't even want to say stupid. I want to say unprofessional. Because that's what they're trying to say, that his hair is. It's unprofessional. Right. So I want to know, are you suspending Sally for purple hair? Are you suspending Jill because she cut herself? She cut it to this boy cut. To like a buzz cut or something like that. Not appropriate for a professional woman. You know what I mean? Like, are you suspending everybody who doesn't have the appropriate hair.
I mean, I was just thinking of like students that are white or another ethnicity.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about back when we were in high school and like mohawks were a thing.
Yeah.
And to keep your mohawk in that stiff state, you mix gel and egg together. So the odor that it gives off can sometimes not be the most pleasant, and it can be pretty distracting. I don't ever recall a student being suspended or having any sort of punishment given because of that. So I just feel like, why is our hair targeted as I mean, I know it's magical, but I mean the fact that you can't,
it's just another way to discriminate.
It is it's like, it's just hateful. Because you can't do the things to your hair that we can do to our hair, you really just have to hate it so much. And it's not distracting, it's a style. You're distracted by it, in my opinion, because you're so mesmerized by it.
Right.
You're trying to figure out what to do with it.
And it's racist.
Yeah.
It's flat out racist. Like, there's no way to work around that. Because the thing is like, he wasn't even wearing his locks down. He had them up neatly. Well
Might
done.
Yes,
it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out where your issue is. My other thought is that locks don't just pop up. So
they've been there.
Been there.
Yeah.
So what is this? What is this about?
And in speaking to his family said that the men in his family have been wearing dreadlocks for generations.
I can believe it. It's probably
that.
a religious thing for them.
Yeah.
Or just a love for their hair. I
Absolutely.
got locks, and literally one more year, my son is gonna have locks.
Yeah,
like, it's just, that's how I like to wear my hair. And how dare you tell me, because of your preferences, which you deem professional.
And the fact that they just passed this law for y'all to come after this child and just, make this a whole spectacle, because you knew where it was going. You knew that he was not finna take this laying down.
Yeah,
right.
You knew soon as you suspended this baby, because he's still a baby. He only 17 years old.
Yeah.
And you putting him through all kinds of traumas, probably in his junior year, right?
Yeah.
Like, what, man?
Every single adult that had any hand in making this a thing should be shamed.
Yeah.
And should be ashamed and should be embarrassed. They are the ones who should be embarrassed. And they need to lose their job. Like, this should not be able to be a thing that they are continuously doing, because they have already punished him twice.
Yeah.
How many more times are you going to put him in school suspension, or what's going to be the next thing?
And he had to sit on a stool for 8 hours in a cubicle.
Why?
Sounds like borderline prison to me.
You're not finna torture me.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I would have a lawyer, and baby, it wouldn't just be discrimination.
Yeah.
It would be torture. It would be child neglect and endangerment. Because why am I sitting on a stool for 8 hours?
Yeah,
for
and,
what?
It's not. It doesn't matter if he was or not. But it doesn't sound like he's like a bad child or a troubled child.
Right.
Somebody giving anything trouble in school.
They picked a bright student.
Yes.
I bet you, if you look at his report card, he have straight A's, and he probably an athlete as well.
Which is likely why they decided to do this, because they can't find any other reason to kind of knock him down a few pegs.
Yeah, because if he was true, if he had bad behavior, it would be something totally different, so it wouldn't be so controversial.
Yeah,
come on now.
I think that's why it's really important for as black parents, for us to always be advocate. I'm saying like I have children, but I think I still love, it really does. I would never let like any nieces, nephews, you all's children, anyone feel like their crown isn't, it shouldn't be cherished, and that everyone around them shouldn't respect them for their hair.
Yeah.
We have such a beautiful culture for our hair that we can change our hairstyles, do different things to our hair, and we should have the right to do that, just like other races and colors and creeds have had for years and decades and centuries. They've been able to color their hair for years.
Yeah.
We just got to a place now where we feel like we can wear rainbow colors or fun colors in other places.
But they'll still look at you and say you ghetto, or
Yes.
it's unprofessional, or it's whatever.
And that's what really bothers me, because he's gonna have to deal with this for the rest of his life, and I just don't feel like school is the place that you should have to deal with it.
You shouldn't have to learn these types of things. Well, first of all, it shouldn't be anything that you have to learn.
And it shouldn't be.
It should be
especially
accepting.
at that time, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's such an impressionable age.
Yeah.
Where your hormones are going crazy. You feel like the world is on your shoulders. He's about to be a senior in high school, which is like literally the whole world is looking at you like, what you going to do next with your life?
Come on.
And then you got this pressure coming from his school. Like one of the places you're supposed to feel safe and go to get your education and learn.
Everybody looks a crazy mess. We look like full on clowns. makeup. Yeah. This is the time where you are experimenting, especially if you have to wear like uniforms.
Right.
Then the real expression is your hair, your makeup, whatever accessories, and this is the time for it. And it just bothers me that they are stifling that time for him and even making him feel like, should I cut my hair because am I gonna keep having to deal with this? Is this gonna be a thing? How am I gonna go to school? But how am I gonna get into college when y'all steady suspend?
It is absolutely a taste of what, unfortunately, it is a taste of what the world has to offer. Because I will say that since really I lost my hair, in looking for a job, that is a concern of mine. Mm-hmm. How am I going to do my hair? Because before you even know me, you see me, you're going to have a perception of me. Yeah. And you don't know anything about my accolades. You don't know anything about my work ethic or how I come in or how I'm going to bust my ass at this position or whatever duties that I have to take care of. You're not going to be looking at that. You're going to have these preconceived notions about who I am based off of what you think my hair means. Mm-hmm. And that's just it's not a thing. It's not a thing because baby girl over here with the bone straight silk press might be going to sleep on the damn job.
Absolutely.
So it's like you cannot look at somebody and be able to tell who they
are not. Like, I could see if maybe you were a lawyer and you can't come in the courtroom with pink hair because you are trying to literally have a focus on your case.
Right.
You coming into the dentist's office with pink hair. You working at Taco Bell with pink hair. You working in the college library with pink hair. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally no purpose for this type of discrimination, for this to even be a thing.
Well, also in the workplace, I feel like you miss out, from a perspective on great candidates by discriminating against them for anything with their appearance, but particularly their hair, because it's one of the most expressive ways we can be on our bodies, right? You getting a hairstyle, you can change it every week, you can change the color every week,
right?
If that's you and that's your personality, you can do that, and you may be an amazing worker, you may have this amazing skill set, and the fact that I'm focusing on your hair and not your skill set, that's speaking volumes about the employer or speaking volumes about the school.
Similarly to how this school is focusing on this child's hair and not his accolades as a student.
Absolutely.
Or as a friend or as a member of the community. Yeah. We're focusing on something so superficial, so asinine and unimportant. Yeah. What does this have to do with the kid and what he's doing in that classroom?
It has absolutely nothing to do.
Isn't that what you're supposed to be focusing on? Making sure that he has the education that he needs so that he can graduate and be a productive person in society.
You know who else I feel sorry for too is his mother or his parent.
Yeah.
I just feel like they only speak in regards to his mother, but if he has a father figure, any family that has to deal with this. The men in his
family who are locked up.
Yes.
Or have locks. Let me be clear. Let me be clear.
The locks on their head.
Yes. The fact that they have to deal with this dialogue, building him back up, building up his self-esteem, letting him know that he's okay, but also being it's hard enough being a parent day to day. Now you have to speak so much on behalf of your child. You have to literally be your child's armor at school.
Stand up, stand firm. You got to be his confidence and your confidence.
Right. Yes. Because even though that mama knows that she's right in that argument, standing up to that whole school board by yourself when everybody on the other side of that microphone is looking at you like, no, this is the rule and we can't do anything about it. Girl. That's scary. And then having your child watch you do it, knowing that I have to do this, otherwise he will always think that this is just how it goes and we don't do anything else about it. It's just what it is.
And I'm not going to let you take advantage of my child like that. Forget you. That's why I was like, I'm going to move him. I'm like, you may not be able to do that right away, but it is very important that you go to bat for your child and your child see you go to bat.
I agree with that 100%. And you can do both.
Yeah, because absolutely.
We still would have a legal case.
Absolutely.
While I'm figuring out how I can get you up out of here.
Absolutely.
Because it also makes me think like my experiences in the workplace with my hair, not even before I got locks, the whole conversation about white coworkers needing or I've worked in the medical field, patients or customers or whatever feeling the need that they can just touch my hair or make comment about how often I change my hair. Well, first of all, I'm not a dog, don't pet me.
Girl.
Secondly, I am sure that you have many, many other things that you need to be focusing on and not how often I change my hair. It really could be as simple as, your hair looks nice and we can move on.
That's it.
I like that. I don't want to have to explain to you what is going on with my hair? How did it get so long? You just had short hair.
But you know what's funny?
Girl, that is such a microaggression.
It is.
And I hate that people don't think it is.
I agree.
Yes.
I hate that. Oh, you just had long hair and now it's short.
But we don't ask questions like that.
No.
It comes from the other colored people.
Yes, it does.
And like if they make a change to their hair, we don't ask those questions. I just say your hair is nice.
It's a way
There's
to
a way to
compliment hair without ridiculing it.
Yes.
Because that feels like a ridicule.
Yeah.
You're not saying, oh, I really love your hair.
Yeah.
You're saying, oh, you just changed it again. What is that, a horse in there? That's how I feel. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
It may not be what you said, but I heard it's a horse.
Or your unsolicited opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot stand
you.
Okay,
Don't
been
care.
at a job for a few months and it's like, oh, this is definitely my favorite. You should keep this.
Yeah.
I don't remember asking you for your thoughts and opinions on my hair.
How did you get it like
How
that?
long did it take to do that? So how do they do that? Did they weave it in? Listen, if
Are
you
these products for white people too?
Look,
I really...
if you are that curious, there's this thing, and it's not new. It's called Google.
Or YouTube.
Or YouTube.
Or TikTok.
Listen, look at all the different options. If you are truly curious and wanting to expand your knowledge on black hair and black hair care, there are many avenues for you to do so.
Documentaries.
I am not one. I am not your cultural teacher.
No,
I have not had.
And I don't volunteer for that.
No, I have not had not one white person ever sit down and culturally teach me about their culture. I have to figure that shit out. Okay, so you need to figure it out. I'm not your educator in that. That's not my ministry. There's some people who are. I'm not one of them. Read the room. Okay.
And there is a way to ask me a question. I'm telling you without being condescending and ignorant.
Right. No, I hate that. And we are in our 30s and still dealing with this type of stuff. I just hate that this 17-year-old is already in a position on such a big scale too.
But that's important as a black child. You know, sometimes we just feel like we have to defend our race. We have to defend our culture. We have to defend our hair.
Yes, because
that's
now
why people
he
don't
is
understand.
the face.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and just like the most recent face, because this has happened multiple times at multiple different schools
but
to multiple children.
That's why it's just so exhausting. That's why people don't realize how being black sometimes can feel like exhausting.
Yes, because it is exhausting.
It's days where I've had to defend my race.
Yes.
It's days I've had to defend my position, and I had to defend my hair. Like, oh my gosh, what else am I gonna have to defend?
You have to also be the spokesperson.
Yes,
like, for the entire community.
Yes, and it's like I can't just be me, because when I'm talking to you, who of whatever race, I'm not looking for the opinion of all of the people that look like you. I'm looking for what you think. But when you talk to me, and I have had people say things that's like basically, okay, so what do black people think?
Right, I am not the spokesperson for the black community.
There are 3 black women sitting right here, and we all have different views and thoughts on many things. So it's like, what group of people do you think all share the same thoughts on everything?
That's
and they don't.
Crazy.
We all have different experiences. No,
like we don't all commune with each other and be like, look,
this is what we think about.
We all have one brain. We all have groupthink.
Yeah.
Let's all think the same.
So okay, guys, we're in agreement. We think about this for this topic, right? Okay, so that's what we're gonna go tell everybody.
This is just.
It's very frustrating and it's very sad, and and
it just makes you mad because you. I know sometimes you want to fight, instead of with your words with the lawyer. You want to fight because why is this still even a thing?
Yeah.
Why is this still a thing? Like, you are a public school. Get the out of here.
The saddest thing is that I know that this is not going to be his last experience with this type of situation.
It's not going to be any child's last experience.
No,
it's going to continue. As you see, they passed a law,
right?
And the week after they passed the law, they said, "Here we go.
Yeah,
we're going to test it."
Which makes me think that it was more for like a political stance than anything else.
Absolutely, because don't make my child,
the scapegoat of this situation or your example, because he's not your example. He's been doing just fine without you bringing attention to his hair. His hair is
that
fine.
He's been growing for years,
right?
And you can tell that he's been growing for years.
Yes.
So he's been like that. He's been going through school. Why is it all of a sudden a problem the week after you pass the Crown Law? You know, that's fight.
Yeah,
it's an interesting
principal
story.
Get punched in the throat. Secretary get punched in the throat. Teacher get punched in the throat.
All I know is I feel like it's important for us to make sure that we teach our children to love their hair, to make sure they have, you know, besides what anyone else says, how anyone else makes them feel.
Yep.
Because for so many, you know, for centuries, we had no control over our hair, and the fact that
the narrative about our hair.
Absolutely. And the fact that we have our hair, our black hair care in general is a multi-billion-dollar business. So the fact that we have that much control, the fact that we now can have control of how our hair looks, it's important for us to make sure that we teach our children and that we instill in ourselves, because if you grew up not loving your hair, you know, in this episode, we want to make sure that you focus on loving your hair and you teach others, your children, your nieces, your nephews, your family members to have that love for their hair as well. So for this family, I mean, you know, we understand the fight that you're in. We just completely do.
And you have our support 100%.
You sure do.
Absolutely.
And I'm so sorry for that, baby, because I know it's hard to stand firm when everybody is telling you that you are wrong. And even that your family is wrong.
Right.
For steady letting you do it.
Right.
Like, don't you see how they keeping you out of school? No, you're keeping that baby out of school.
That's keeping him out of school.
I really hate that for him. And it's such a journey. I know for a lot of black women and black men with their hair, it's such a journey to come to terms with it within our society.
Yes.
Because our hair is never deemed the beauty standard or the beautiful.
Right.
It is amongst our community recently.
And I was just about to say recently, because how many times have you been talked to, like, especially if you don't have the quote unquote ideal texture or quote unquote good hair.
Yeah, and that used to really bother me because people used to question my ethnicity, my race, because I had heat trained relaxed hair. They would be like, and my complexion, oh, you light skinned with bone straight hair, so obviously you must be mixed. Who is white, your mama or your daddy?
Yeah, no.
I was like, neither one of them.
Yeah,
neither one of them.
And I'm proud of it.
Yeah, and it used to it didn't give me a complex because I'm strong willed and I have that's just who I am. But it did definitely used to bother me. It used to really make me mad, and I would be like, why do y'all keep asking me that? You're really starting to piss me off, and it made me almost not want to keep my hair the way that it was so that I could prove to other people that I had curly hair. Like,
just like all the other black people.
Even though I liked the way that my hair was.
Yeah.
I liked the maintenance. It was easy for me to wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not that my natural hair, because I'm completely natural now, and I love the maintenance of my natural hair. But I just, at that age, which I was 17, 16, just like him, at that age, it's already a fight and a journey amongst your peers. And then for these adult people to come in and make it even harder,
know better,
and point you out and make you you're the one. Oh my god,
you're the problem. If you just comply, if you just conform, then we can go back to how things are. But I don't want to go back to how things are, because how things are is discriminatory against me and the people that are in my family that look like me, that I love, and they love the way that they look, and I don't understand why it's not hurting anybody. It's sad, because I did have a long journey into loving all parts of me and all parts of my blackness and all parts of my hair, and how it was, you know, society, especially when we were young and coming up, was not kind to plus size, dark skin, natural hair like that,
because it was nappy.
It was nappy. You know what I'm saying? Which now I hear that term nappy, and it fills me with pride. That is not a negative thing to me. I don't see a negative to it, but back then it was definitely like, for sure, you do not want to be you don't want to be nappy headed. Like that's an insult. And so it's terrible to just look that, like, what, 15 years later, after we've gone through that type of stuff, these kids are still going through it. And it's even worse now, because now it's on social media. And
it's a national platform now.
It is. So much so that they had to pass a damn law in multiple states so that you could not be discriminated against.
The law is obviously still not working, which means we still have to work.
But they fighting it. That's the problem. They're fighting it. That's why they're making this boy the center of it, because you're fighting it. You're telling the state, I don't give a if what y'all say. We're gonna still do what we want to do. You still gonna do what I say.
They're using him as the martyr. They're using him as the representation, and that's not fair to him.
He can't even be a human. He can't even be a kid.
No,
if he want to cry, scream, laugh.
No, because then they will just use that against him as well. They're waiting for you to see how you react, so that no matter how it is, they can paint their picture as you're the villain that won't comply to the rules. These are the rules rules of the school and you just need to do what we say, but your rules are bullshit.
Yeah, black people, they just never want to do right.
Or maybe we just refuse to do right when you're trying to do what's wrong.
But we're not doing wrong.
No.
That's the problem.
That's what
You're
saying.
Do it right, comply to what you want, but what you want is not the standard.
No.
It's not how I choose to care for my hair. I want to lock my hair, which means I want to care for it, which is the same maintenance that Molly Sue do with her purple hair, her stringy hair. Like,
it's sad. It's sad, but at the same time, I know that I would like to turn this around as like an opportunity, for this family. I hate that they have to be this representation.
Yeah.
But I feel like, the steps that they take in this case will help be the catalyst for what happens.
I hate that for them, though.
In the future. I absolutely hate that. It's
also very scary because we're talking in terms of which it comes out positive on their end.
Absolutely.
When we know that in this country, that is not.
It may not.
That is not always
out of town.
Yeah. And then dare the next black child to step out of line again. Because instead of being in school suspension, you'll be expelled. Like, it feels...
Because I was wondering, I don't know if the school is or not. They didn't say in the article, but it's giving that it's not a predominantly black school.
Of course it's not.
So I just feel like...
With rules like that, I don't see how you could be.
Of course it's not, because if it was, then they would be suspending more people. It wouldn't just be him.
Right.
Because what about the child with the afro? Or the child with some straight backs? So like you...
How about the wig? How about the weave? Because they full on wigging and weaving it.
But they're talking about boys. That's the rule for the boys. Because I can't imagine that the girl's hair can't be.
Because we had a boy in our school who wore a wig.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, he wouldn't be able to go to this school and wear a wig.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm just thinking of the girls now, like your Sweet 16. You get your hair braided with some fun colors in it or whatnot.
Not allowed.
Not at this school.
And I'm just thinking too. It's a lot of, and I don't mean to kind of go there, but there are a lot of now like transgender and stuff like that. So I'm wondering, are y'all suspending the white boy who was wearing a wig because he trying to find himself? I'm just wondering what the standards are across the board, because in our school we had such a wide array.
But it's not equal, and it's not
how
fair.
people looked.
Because again, you're talking about a white person that, regardless, transitioning to whichever side, a trans girl or a trans boy. But again, different rules. There's a set of rules for people who are black, and then a set of rules for people who are not black, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah. Well,
unfortunately,
I don't know. I want to keep up with this case. Make sure to see how it ends out at the end. But I hate this for this family.
I agree.
I really do.
I just want to send them some love. And just some positivity, and we just pray that it works out for the best for him, and he gets to continue on his path and get into the college that he wants, and this does not become some type of hindrance or hurdle for him. Yeah. Because he getting ready to go to college. Like, what?
Yeah, just let him go off to college and let him be happy. But of course he has to deal with this. So,
and for all of the other families who have gone through this and are going through this but are not in the spotlight, like there's a lot of people I'm sure that have been silenced in these types of situations. Absolutely. And it's unfortunate. It's not fair. It's racist. Yeah. And I just really feel like this is why these types of systems need to be dismantled.
Yeah, call a thing a thing, because this is racist. I don't care what y'all say that y'all dress code say. This is racist. Yeah. Which is why I brought up all the other, array of students and how they may be perceived and how they maybe even put,
and I mean they could be derogatory against other groups as well.
That's the reason that I really am curious.
There's a lot of times where they have this standard of who a student needs to be, and if you don't fit within that, then now you need to get booted or now you are punished. And that's wrong too. That's messed up too. You cannot look at any individual person. We are all individuals and should have the right. Now I'm not saying that at school you should be able to do whatever you want to, but being able to wear your hair the way that makes you comfortable, you mean it, the way it naturally grows out of my head, that should be my choice, not yours.
Yeah.
Well, Daryl, we're sending you all good vibes, sending you and your family good vibes, just hoping the best for the situation.
Keep your head up.
Yeah.
We're thinking of y'all.
And you're a black king.
That's right.
Amen. All right, y'all.
All right. So I like locks, so I don't know why this was a big issue. But I think we should discuss some hairstyles that we don't like. Hairstyles we don't really want to see come back.
Yes. Keep them where they was at.
Okay. Some hair horror stories. How about that?
Okay. Well, the style I just don't never need to see again. I'm so sorry because I love this group, but Salt and Pepper, that asymmetrical with the big fluffy bangs, and it was cut and it had the bump in it. Terrible. And I remember hearing a story about what happened. She was perming her hair and the perm set too long and all her hair broke off on one side. So they had to just make it work. And I get it. It happened out of necessity, but we just need to leave it back then and never, ever let it come back. Please. I hate it so much.
That bump was so tight.
It was so tight. It was curled up under her ear and it wasn't going nowhere. I hate it.
Hair don't move.
It's basically it's giving Jada Pinkett in the clump. What is it? You know what I'm talking about? Nutty Professor.
Yes.
But just one side. I hate it. Please, let's not.
Oh, well, I have a lot of them, y'all. If you don't know, I grew up in a hair salon. My mom is a cosmetologist. She owned a hair shop, so a hair salon. So she would kill me if I said shop. But a hair salon. So I just saw so many, crazy things that I just couldn't. I don't need them to come back. One thing was twisties because I wore them out as a kid. I have had my hair twisted every sort of way it could possibly, be twisted and gelled up. So we could leave those in the box. I know this, styles come back around, but that can stay in the box for me. And then the other one is clip-on ponytails. I am just afraid of them, y'all. I've just seen so many. Not the ones that you wrap around, you put some bobby pins in. I'm not really scared of those. I'm scared of the clip.
You talking about the clamp? You talking about the drawstring?
The little clamp.
Oh,
you just clamp that thing on.
Yeah, that don't feel secure.
That's not secure at all. Y'all just be walking around giving it, all the faith that it's gonna stay.
Baby, you gonna swing left. That ponytail gonna swing right.
The ponytails are good now, though. They have them with a drawstring
and the comb.
A drawstring, a comb, and then you got a piece that wrap around.
Yeah.
So
they've come a long way.
They pretty secure.
But a claw clip with just some
claw clip
with just some traps wrapped around it. No, that don't feel like it's gonna do the job.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny. Well, penitentiary braids for me because my mom used to put them in my head as a kid.
Them Cleo braids.
Yes, just straight to the back. I'm like, why you keep braiding my hair like that?
Yeah.
Stop doing it.
Go straight back.
Oh god, and the shaved sides with like long hair in the middle. It just
I don't like
it. It's not my personal preference, y'all. I just don't like this. Like the long dreads, the long hair. Just can y'all pick a hairstyle? Because it just seems like it just got too much going on for me. Oh gosh. Just
I know a hairstyle that I recently got my redemption back on last year. I had some box braids and they were great. But my mama, she's amazing, But I was her test dummy with everything. So she tried to teach herself. She was a braider for about a week. It ended at the end of a week. But she tried to do box braids on me and she used blue-black hair so she could make sure she could see what she was doing because she was teaching herself how to do it. Boy, my mama, my baby girl, she gave up on me about halfway through my head, y'all. So I went to school with a puffball on one side.
Oh, no.
Now, you just wrong for that, mama.
And box braids on the other side.
Take all of it back down. Or put it all up.
Just take it out.
We took it down that night because we realized that journey was coming to an end.
Yeah.
This braid just wasn't, that wasn't her niche. And she was okay with that. But boy, I was like, I'm going to get box braids one day. And they gonna be flawless. And they were. Shout out to my braider. She was amazing.
Yes,
but
they were beautiful.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can't do too many braided hairstyles. Like when people was doing micros.
Ooh. Oh, no. See, I was a micro queen.
I will bring back micros because I really like how they look.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I'm not doing them. Because I don't want to take it down. I've been to shave my head.
Oh, yes. I used to have a hair taken down party. I'll get your pizza and your drinks and everybody pick a side and we're going to get these micros taken down. Mm-hmm. But the hairstyle so I do have a hairstyle horror story. My, at elementary school, my best friend at elementary school, her mom braided her hair and her mom wasn't a braider or nothing like that. She just did her hair and I really liked it. And so I told my mom, I was like, I want my hair done like that. So the mothers had a conversation. And I was going to get my hair done just like my best friends, right? Mm. So we are halfway through her mom doing my hair, and my best friend starts pouting and says to her mom, "You're not gonna do hers just like mine, are you?" So I guess her mama was like, "Oh, okay." So then they was all like, similar to kind of how they have like the lemonade braids, where it's like it's braided to the back to a certain point, and then it comes. Okay, so that's what she started doing, and then when my best friend said something,
when she pouted,
then I started having some pixie braids here and there, and then some all the way straight backs. It was all. I had about 4 different types.
Now,
of
what
braids.
did your mama say? Because I know she did not stand for that.
Show me, she didn't say nothing to my friend. She just said, to my friend's mom, she just said to me, "So you know we're not gonna do this again, right?" And I was like, "Girl, who you think? I'm pissed too. Now I gotta go to school." I went to school because we was in the same class, and I was just like, I don't want to hurt her feelings. I went to school that next day like that. I went home and I took them 4 different types of braids out of my head, and it was just,
what is going on,
child? It literally looked like I just couldn't decide what I wanted. I want a pixie over here. I want a micro over here. I need me a cornroll on this side.
You had a buffet of braids?
Child, yes. Just you get a braid, you get a braid. Everybody gets to pick a different type of braid. I was livid because, like I said, half of my head, like she was halfway done. And then so the other half, it was just like pick a braid kind of situation. It was terrible.
So she could try it.
So that our hair wouldn't look exactly the same. Why is you listening to your child?
I would have told her, no, it's not gonna be just like yours, and just continue to do it just like yours.
I'm just sitting between the legs while she doing my hair. I don't know what's happening until she had me that mirror, and I'm like, I'm confused. What took place here today?
I'm surprised your mama sat for that when she saw it.
I mean, you know, it was free. It wasn't like she paid for it. Yeah. It was free, and she just took it down. We just took it down.
I already know. I mean, I feel like I've had hairstyles before, and like they turn me around, and then the thing is with me is that I just feel myself boiling on the inside because I take so much pride in my hair. The one thing, shout out to my mama, she may have left me with the blue black hair, but if I get a hairstyle by somebody else, she gonna wait up till I get home because she already knows
she gonna see it. She
gotta see it. And a few times I've had like a sew-in or some other kind of hairstyle, and it just wasn't right. You know, boy, she'll stay up. And you know, if I don't come in all excited and bubbly, she already know before I hit the corner.
Oh, I do have a hair story.
She was like, "Oh, baby, let's go downstairs and let's fix this up right, boy." She, you know, because she had her niche. She wasn't about sew-ins and that kind of stuff, but she could fix it.
Right,
she could fix it.
I can give you something you
shout
gonna like.
Out to that, because boy, if it didn't, y'all know if I ain't got my swoop, you know,
baby,
I feel a little unbalanced.
Yes,
you know,
and that swoop be swooping, baby.
So y'all know I had a beautician. I don't really go anymore, but I had a beautician that was consistent, and my mama kept me in her chair every 2 to 3 weeks. I was in her chair. So I went to visit my dad for the summer, and my mom was like, "Yeah, you can get her hair done." Yeah, why I get in this lady chair and she get the cutting on my hair?
No.
That wasn't previously discussed.
And I'm in the chair, and I'm like, why is she cutting so much? Because Judy don't cut that much. My beautician, Judy.
Shout out to Judy,
right? and she steady cutting, and I'm like, why is she cutting so much? Now the hairstyle came out fine. It was nothing that I. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my particular style. Like she did some curls or something. But when I got home and Judy saw my hair, she said, "Who touched your head? Who touched your head?"
Because your hairstyle is no.
Girl, yeah. She called my mom and she was like, what? Who did this? You know I don't do this. This uneven. Girl, she went off, and I was just so livid because I was like, Judy, I tried to tell her. She just kept cutting, and I didn't know what to do because I think I was like 12.
Yeah,
like I was young, like old enough to know, but too young to really
feel comfortable saying something. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. And she was like, it's okay. I'm gonna fix it. And she was like, what? She was going off. Needless to say, nobody could ever take another pair of scissors to my head. Yeah. Personally, I always be like, I don't need you to trim it. I don't need you to cut it. I got somebody who will trim it and cut it. You can style it. You can wash it. And I'm gonna side eye your products.
Because our products are not created equal, child.
And that's the thing about being younger. When you got your hair done, I feel like sometimes I would speak up. Like I would just kind of sit through it. I can't tell you how many birds I have in my scalp. You know,
girl.
I don't know if I don't do nothing. I'm That hurt. Hello, my scalp.
They could not stand me because as soon as the flat iron hot cold get close to me,
when I feel like it's the steam. No, girl, you just burned me. You just burned me. I felt it. I felt that burn. And I'ma tell.
Yeah.
I remember. You know what? I have another story. I love our people. I really do. But I had a beautician who would book like multiple clients at one time.
Oh my God.
And it got to the point where my mama would just drop me off at the salon. Because she's like, I'm not about to be sitting here for 3 hours. I remember this lady left.
Mm-hmm. The
beautician gone.
I know.
I'm just sitting there at the shop.
I know about him.
She gone and didn't come back for at least an hour and a half. I don't know where she was at. She was gone, and then she came back like nothing happened. Yeah. And I was a child, so what am I going to say?
She just knew your behind was going to be there when you got back.
What am I going to do about it? You done started half my head. I got to wait till you through.
And I bet you when she left out, you were like, oh, she'll just be gone like a few minutes.
I just assumed maybe she about to go, take a smoke break, take a phone call outside, run up to the quick trip.
That baby girl ran an errand.
My beautician used to do that, but she didn't run errands and she didn't leave, but she would book us.
Multiple. They keep swapping you in and out the chair.
You in the chair, you under the dryer, you getting your hair washed, she processing color, and she had you in there all day. Child. She used to have she used to have a TV and everything in our shop. She make sure you comfortable with food and everything. But I'd be like, Mama, I don't want to go. It's gonna be 5 hours.
If you would just do my hair, we could be done with this.
Can I go first?
Crazy.
Oh, that was early 2000s though. You swapping people in and out. You wanted to dryer. Come on, let me finish her curls. She out the door. Right.
And then here come another person walking in, and you got 2 people sitting in the waiting area waiting on you.
And she used to start us. I now know the reason that she used to start everybody so they wouldn't leave.
Right, because what you gonna do now?
Because at first I used to be like, why do you keep starting everybody and putting them places and then...
you can't leave when you're halfway through.
Because I'm not about to leave with my head looking crazy.
Yeah. So we all girl.
We just gonna be here all day.
Well,
don't make no other plans.
I was the last. I was always the last. My mama had a list, a roster of people, and I'd be walking around with my hair halfway pressed out, two rollers in my head.
Come on now, because my mama had been with my beautician for years. Mm-hmm. She did her hair when she was a young girl, and so it was pretty much we family up in here. Y'all better go sit down.
Yeah, I'll get to you when I get to you,
girl. I'm ready to go out.
Yeah, crazy.
The joys of black hair, boy.
Yes, it's a journey.
It's such a journey.
There's some parts that I love, some I hate, some that just all you can do is just laugh because it's just part of the journey.
Honey child,
that's part of the process. So speaking of being part of the process and kind of with our beauty, let's let the folks know some of our beauty must-haves, or I should say our hair must-haves. I feel like a universal one is a bonnet.
Yes. Or a satin pillowcase.
Yes, or a satin pillowcase. Or a satin pillowcase because the hair it can't dry out, especially for like locks. Like if you don't, every time you lay down, you need to have something on your head.
I know.
Otherwise, you're gonna collect lint and all that type of stuff in your hair, and you ain't getting it out very easily. So like keeping it wrapped is going to help keep it moisturized, all of that good stuff. So definitely I have a plethora. I have a whole drawer dedicated to different bonnets and scarves and headbands and all of that stuff. I got the little
extended bonnets now so that I can put the long, long hairstyles in. I wish they had them when I was a kid because I used to have to sleep on my hands.
Just sleep. Like what my mom used to say, sleep cute. I don't know how to do that.
Sleep cute. I used to hate it. I used to be like,
I know how to sleep.
Girl.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated the whole process. Like, I liked how cute I looked at school. But beyond that, I hated the whole process.
Yeah.
Getting it done. Sleeping with it.
Now, for me, I'm sorry. I love all my natural sisters. Please don't come for me in our comments, y'all. But I have to have a little bit of my creamy crack.
The creamy crack, child.
I just do it twice a year, y'all. I just do it twice a year. But I love the Silk Elements relaxers. Any of their relaxer lines, like, it really doesn't break my hair off. So people having problems with that, maybe try Silk Elements. It's amazing. I have to use the course level because I mean my hair is thick and not playing, but really because I've just tried almost every relaxer under the sun, box relaxers to professional relaxers, and Silk Elements you can find it at Sally's and you can find it in most beauty supplies, but I definitely know it's Sally's, so if you're trying to find it online. But it's an amazing relax to get your hair really, really straight, and it doesn't break my hair off, or I notice that I still have my length because some relaxers will really break my hair off. So
it's not like the Just For Me where the girls was lying.
She talking about a professional
it's a professional grade, but no, it's not like
But did y'all see that? The Just For Me, all them girls came out years later talking about, I never had a relaxer. No. I had a silk press. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Creamy crack, if you're going to use it, you need to be consistent about how you using it.
Yeah.
You can't just throw it on and you go get it done at the salon and think that when you put your Just For Me on,
that's what's gonna be the same.
Like, y'all don't even be processing right. Don't read the direct. Like,
yeah, I highly recommend if you're getting a relaxer or any chemical treatment to your hair that you just go to a professional.
Yeah.
But if you were going to the cousin in them, I definitely recommend you read the instructions, have someone else read the instructions, and use a professional product because the relaxers, the box relaxers, they take really quickly, and sometimes we can't keep up with the steps. Also, if you are using relaxer, you need to be using neutralizing shampoo, or that relaxer will keep cooking.
Yeah, it is a process. Just like that's why I always told people having relaxed hair is not lower maintenance than having natural hair
at all.
All of that, mine was heat trained and relaxed. So literally, I was in the salon every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and if you start coming off of that, then you run the risk of breakage, split in. You know what I'm saying? However you train your hair is how your hair is gonna behave for you.
Yeah, for sure, sure. But that's my product of choice. I can't live without it.
I am no longer of the creamy crack club.
Yeah. No. What's your product for you?
That I have to have. It's gonna have to be that Garnier Fructis leave-in.
That smells really good.
Smell good, and it does condition my hair.
Yeah.
I don't know what nobody else's, but mine condition.
That was my go-to in college. I remember that. It smelled really good,
and it's like it's super affordable, so I can use the whole bottle on my head if I want to. And like when you're doing a deep condition, you can add the Garnier leave-in.
Yeah, it's the stuff. It's not something that I use on my hair, but it's the product line that I use on my son's hair. And actually, I found it when we went to Essence and stood in them long lines, but it was fine. It was worth it for the free products.
Yeah.
But Dove's hairline it's really good. So I use their shampoo, conditioner, their leave-in detangler, and their curl pudding and styler on his hair. And he has a gorgeous hair texture, curl pattern anyways, but it really defines the curls. It makes it really easy to detangle. It smells nice. Funny enough, his teacher was just saying the other day, because I had done his hair differently, and she was telling him, I like your hair, and she was saying, I sometimes feel kind of funny because I'm changing his diaper, and I'm like, ooh, your hair smells so good. So I was like, girl, get you some of that Dove. It's good. It's really good stuff. But that's definitely one of the must-haves we have to have in my house. And that's shout out to Essence, because I probably would have never purchased it on my own without. I would have just thought that's not for her.
Okay,
but it definitely is, and it's really good. That their conditioner is so thick. It don't matter how long I had gone. Yes, it don't matter how long I had gone without. Because I do a lot of wash and goes on his hair, so it don't matter how long I had gone without detangling it. When I put that conditioner on, it just slides like butter. So okay, that's a good one.
Oh man.
Okay.
Well, I'm interested to see, our listeners' products too. So
yes.
Make sure you
what's
message
the hair
us.
routines? Yeah, drop the hair routines.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm really not in the market for new products, but I am always kind of trying new products just to see how they behave on my curl pattern. So
I'm looking for some new hair oils for my locks. I definitely need to. I haven't found the exact product that keeps it moisturized all throughout the day. I definitely feel like I get towards the end of the day and I need to spray it down with some more rose water or just regular water or throw some type of oil on it. So I'm still like we said, it don't come easy. Still trial and error in the thing. So yeah, if y'all got some suggestions, I'm definitely open.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do this. Am I the asshole?
All right, let's get it. Okay, so this one goes, my girlfriend, 26, has really long curly hair. It's very pretty, but she only washes it about once a week. She still showers every day, but only washes her hair on Sundays. I, 29 male, think this is very gross. It doesn't start to look greasy until the last 2 days, and by this time she puts it up and we're out in public, so I can't tell. But she wears it down when we're home, and I don't like the look of it. I've always had a problem with germs, and the look of her oily scalp makes me uncomfortable. The only time she will wash it before the 7th day is when we have something to do on Friday or Saturday. But other than that, she'll wait until Sunday. The other day I told her that I didn't like that she didn't wash her hair more and that it looks gross. She got offended and told me I didn't deserve an opinion on her hair because I don't have any.
I know that's right.
That part. I went completely bald a year ago, and she knows I'm insecure about it, and so it was a low blow. Is this normal for girls not to wash their hair? Am I the asshole?
Yes, you're the asshole, sir.
You're the asshole.
She, especially if she has curly hair, she may not wash her hair that often so it doesn't get frizzy.
It ain't curly. It's
no. That's what he says. Didn't he say it was curly?
Yeah, I thought she said.
He said it's very long and curly hair.
Oh, okay.
Do y'all know what goes into washing thick, long hair? Do you know? Do you know the steps, the arm strength required for it?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I'm thinking, like, if it's giving some sort of, like, odor.
No, and he didn't say that.
Yeah,
he just said that it's greasy. The grease makes him uncomfortable.
Well, so you're gonna have to get over, especially if she pulls it up.
Uncomfortable with her having her and him being bald.
Yeah,
he is very uncomfortable with him being bald.
He was really sensitive about that.
He made to make sure to mention.
I didn't think that comment was too sensitive. I just thought it was real.
I mean,
but
if you are coming to me telling me that you think my hair is gross, and I tell you don't deserve an opinion because you don't have none,
and it sounds like she has a routine. You know, like we all have a routine with our hair.
Wash, and you're mad about the every week wash.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine if you was with me because
baby, you would be upset.
I do like every 2 weeks.
Upset.
Well, we all know this
every
is
3 weeks, depending on what the hairstyle is, how the hair look.
Yeah. This is a clear folk problem.
This is definitely not our issue.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like if she has a routine with her hair, it's not giving an odor. You know, we all do our hair. You know, our first hairstyle is looking nice. It's looking great. We may pull it up in a different style. We may do something different with it as time goes on. But I mean, if he has a problem with it, then I mean, does she have a problem that he's bald? I mean, she's still with him. So I mean,
she's fine with you being hairless,
and you've been with her like this, so.
And she put it up on, and you can't tell. So I'm trying to figure out. And sometimes, you know, I like a hairstyle. The older it gets, a little more moisture,
more
you know
relaxed.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, sir, you're an asshole.
You're an asshole. Yeah. There are a few edits. Because he's fighting for his life on his child.
I bet he is. Stupid man.
So he says, okay, maybe I was a bit ignorant.
Yep.
You think?
All right, sir.
Every other girl I dated has not had curly hair, and I wasn't aware they were that different.
Oh man,
we've only been together for 6 months, so I'm still learning stuff about her. Also, I didn't.
This is an interracial couple.
Also, I didn't tell her it was gross to be mean. I was worried she didn't realize other people might think the same as I did and wanted to voice my concerns. Sorry.
I'd have smacked him in the face with my hair.
Yes.
You're not concerned what other people think. No one else has said anything to her about her hair because nobody else has noticed because nothing's wrong with her hair.
Yes.
There's something wrong with you.
Nobody else has went up on her scalp and was like, ooh, it's so greasy.
Nobody's monitoring her hair washing habits but you. And you're being mad weird.
Everybody's hair is completely different.
All of these give racist undertones to me.
Yes. There's another edit.
Okay.
He says, final edit. I apologized to my girlfriend and told her I was very, very sorry. And very, very, very wrong. As people have made it very clear here on this post. That's what he said. He's fighting for his life, child.
Yes.
She accepted my apology and I asked her to explain her hair care process.
That's what he should have asked from the beginning.
Yes, instead of telling her that she was gross.
Oh my gosh.
She said that technically she could wash every 5 or 6 days, but that by washing it on Sunday, it sometimes is better so she can have fresh hair for the week. And she prefers to have a protective layer of the oils. I don't know what that means, but she explained that it takes her close to 3 hours to do her hair routine.
We knew that.
More if she lets it dry, and this is why if she doesn't have time to do it on Friday, Saturday, she waits until Sunday. I did ask if she had ever used dry shampoo, as some of you had suggested, and she says she doesn't use it because it doesn't get the product out like it does on wash day. She has 2C/3A hair, and she is not a woman of color, since some of you asked.
Yeah, because it sounded very racist to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We also do not live together, but she does stay over very often, which is why I haven't actually seen her wash her hair. I just assumed it was an hour at most. This is the problem with assumptions. You clearly don't know what the hell you're talking about, and yet you have these big thoughts that you feel the need to share. That was some shit you could have wrote in your journal and kept the fuck pushing.
Hello?
What are you even talking about, bro? What you talking about?
He doesn't know.
I feel like he lying. I feel like she is a woman to come. I feel like he lying.
No, because a lot of people I do see in the comments are like...
Because that's just how it sounds, because it's like, I'm sorry.
But also... that the whole waiting a week to wash their hair, like I noticed a lot of white girls that don't wash their hair every single day.
Yeah,
no, and let's break down.
Well,
curly.
It's the ones that have the curlier hair.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's break down curly hair. Curly hair is very hard to keep up with from being a black woman, white woman. If you have curly texture, it's a whole nother ballpark
to manage
but
that.
everybody has their challenges with their hair.
On top of it,
right?
Yes, and it's probably thick,
right?
And if it tangles easily, like
she said, 3 hours. You think I'm about to do this every damn day?
We already knew to her. When she said she waits till Sunday and have a full on routine,
I understand.
We already knew.
I understand,
and that's my thing. If she likes the oil, she probably has drier curly hair.
Yeah.
So the oils probably make it so it's easier to actually maintain throughout the week. Stupid
girl, break up with him. He got too much damn time on his hands because, like you said, y'all not even living together. So how are you even trying to keep track of when I'm washing my hair?
And why are you taking a microscope to my head? Talking about it's greasy.
Go.
How would you know what greasy hair look like? Look. You are bald and you are jealous.
You don't have these problems.
You better find you something better to do.
But my thing is, throughout, he said they've been dating for 6 months.
6 months.
So if they've been dating for 6 months, you telling me within the first month you didn't realize that you didn't care for this?
Because you looking at it with a microscope.
Yes.
So
did you just see it once in the first month? I'm so confused.
And maybe I'm oblivious to what greasy hair looks like on women not of color.
Yeah.
Because maybe
it
I don't really
looks
get
like
it.
Stringier, but that's harder to tell when you have the thicker hair.
Yeah, and it sounds like she has a routine because when it's down, it does look stringier. But if you pull it up and you pull in the style, you won't really tell. Can't notice
and he
it.
said that he didn't notice when she pulls it up, and which she does to maintain.
Which means she knows the difference, and she makes a correction that makes her comfortable. I ain't gonna lie, I just have a lot of issues with men trying to tell women what they need to do with they self as far as their beauty standards or processes is concerned. It really irks the hell out of me because then you do it. Why don't you wash your hair every day?
No, why don't you pay for it?
He doesn't have any hair to wash.
No, why don't you pay for it? How about that? Why don't you go out and you get me products to use 2 times a day? Because most of the time, as curly haired women, we know the products ain't cheap.
No,
It take a lot of time.
Yep.
It take a lot of effort. And don't get me started if you trying to try new products.
I was just trying to say trial and error. Oh my god!
Because it's not just an easy thing to figure out what products works best for your hair.
And then even dry shampoo, which is just adding product on top of already greasy hair.
And the fact that she had to explain this to you,
get out of here,
babe. Break up with him.
Get out of here.
Get him out of here.
You're definitely the asshole, and you are jealous of people with hair. I'm over you.
You got a complex, and you're not hiding it well.
No,
come on.
Break up with him, and you are the asshole. Break up with the asshole.
That's what he get. I'm glad Reddit told him.
Yeah, because what they should look. That's why I said he fighting for his life.
He is.
And these comments,
as
honey.
it should be.
Yes, because what you thought you was gonna come to the internet and people was gonna be like, oh man, yeah, she's so gross. No, we all live in the real damn world.
It would be different if she said she hadn't washed her hair in 3 months. Like
that's different. Or if you would have said that there was some type of odor associated with it, like she's sweating a lot or anything.
It looked a mess.
Yeah,
you didn't even say it looked a mess.
It looked bad. It's greasy, boy. No. Have several damn seats.
Like when you're here,
because as a woman of color, if we wash our hair every day, let's say
should be so dry.
It was so dry.
If you try and watch it every week, like most of the time, I do a cold wash.
Yes.
I don't really do a full on shampoo.
No,
I do that every other week because you can't strip your hair like that.
So just imagine if this dude was telling a woman of color, "Hey man, I think you need to wash your hair every day."
Some of them do.
Get out of my routine.
I think I seen, was it a video or maybe I read something? I know I'm sure it was a video of this white man talking about how disgusting it is that black women don't wash their hair every day. You wash your body. Why wouldn't you wash your hair?
You know what's disgusting? The fact that y'all don't use washcloths.
You know what's even more disgusting? Your white ass being in my black ass business.
You know what's more disgusting? You don't wash your feet.
Okay, they do that shit on a special occasion, child.
How about y'all barely use soap? I just use a little water. I rinse stuff.
Or they be on these podcasts and on these TV shows bragging about how they don't care for themselves.
No, I have a bath day or we bathe once a week.
Nasty. Or they don't bathe their kids for the week. If they're not dirty, what?
They are dirty.
What?
They are dirty.
What?
Who was that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis that said they don't wash their kids till they can see the dirt?
Yes, baby.
I could see if they said every other day, I could probably be like, okay,
no.
Y'all said I don't wash them
till I can see
the dirt.
Let me do your dirt check.
That baby ain't even
for at least 2 more days.
You know what?
Baby itching.
They sweating.
No, sorry.
And I can see if you was talking about the winter time when your skin is drying out, when a lot of that water is a little too harsh to be every day. You know, you got to wash it at night. Well,
I'm even taking it back to this girl, like you saying in the wintertime. If she shampooed her hair more often, her scalp literally may be very dry
and sensitive because you're stripping all of those oils that your scalp. I mean, I'm talking about us because that's what I know.
Yeah.
You're stripping those oils that you need, and also that's why we don't get lice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then, sir,
mind your bald ass business.
Yeah.
Please, that's what you should do.
What shaving products are
if she's still with you, to be honest, you better find some grace with it, because I feel like the fact that she tolerated you talking to her like this for so long about...
You call me gross?
Because I feel like you were bringing this up a lot. I feel like this was coming up quite often.
I agree. The way this is written is like this has been an aggravation for you, and you're not keeping it a secret very well. Yeah. You are probably looking ill and making comments. Maybe you should do this. Are you going to wash your hair today? Like, bruh.
If you don't like me, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
He probably would have got worse. She just said, you don't have an opinion because you don't got now.
And he went off in the corner and cried somewhere.
He did. His feelings were hurt.
Bald head bitch. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, I probably called him a bald bitch.
He was butt hurt.
Bald head, scallywag.
Right.
Ain't got no hair in the back.
He literally ain't got no hair in the back. I probably would have changed his name of my phone to bald bitch.
Bald head ass. Get out of here.
Bald head skittle diddle.
So the official consensus is that yes, you are the asshole.
That's funny. We don't usually call the writer the asshole.
Yeah.
But these her stories.
Yeah, y'all the assholes.
Man, oh man.
Y'all tripping.
Boy, couldn't be me.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back. All right, you all. Well, we have a hair formation to take us on out, okay? Are you all ready?
Sure, we ready.
Okay. I lovingly groom my hair.
I lovingly groom my hair.
And choose the thoughts.
And choose the thoughts.
That support. Its growth and strength.
Its growth and strength.
I love and appreciate my beautiful hair.
I love and appreciate my beautiful hair.
And our listeners, you all better love and appreciate your beautiful hair.
That's right. Yeah. No matter what it is, because everybody's is different and it's still beautiful.
Do you, baby?
Yes.
For sure. On that note, ladies, stay opinionated.
Stay opinionated.
Stay opinionated.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, y'all. We just want to remind you that you can listen to each episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Search Black Women with Opinions and make sure to subscribe and click that share button. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Black Women with Opinions Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok and X, formerly known as Twitter, at BWWO Podcast. And lastly, make sure to subscribe to our Patreon at Black Women with Opinions Podcast. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it so much. We love you and stay opinionated.